Good morning, afternoon, evening, whichever is the case for you. One of the things that we want to work on is the core review for the certification exam. So I wanted to go ahead and work through that with you. Clearly, you would have done all of the 8 lessons. We're going to skip over the create. We're going to go to this GMetrix tab, which takes us here. And then we can go to our training mode because we want to take any of these practice exams. 1, 2, 3 would be good. The others would not be bad. Those are good reviews. These are more what it's going to be like in the actual practice exam. So I'm going to start a new test instead of creating one, or instead of opening a previous one. And that goes ahead, it logs you into GMetrix. It goes ahead and we'll start a Word document. And down here, you can see that you have your instructions. I did it in training mode, so I do have access to my help over here. Notice this is project 1 of 7. This project has 5 tasks. So the first task, we're going to come down here to page 2. We're going to say between the affordable pricing and the contact us. So between these 2 sections, I'm actually going to show hide so that I see there is no other paragraph. So that's exactly where I want to put. We're going to insert this file. So I want to insert, and the file is going to be an actual object. We're going to create it from a file. Hopefully from your home computer, it will take you to the correct spot, which would be your documents. Not sure that mine actually took me to my documents that I need to get to. Like I said, hopefully it will take you to your this GMetrix templates. This is not the right one. And inside of there should be fast bicycle pricing. There it is. I'm going to hit OK, and it might take a second. And it inserts that then file in as an object, an Excel worksheet object. We can mark that complete. That's really for you, but sometimes it is nice when you're at the end to see all the check marks. We're going to hyperlink the header bicycle advantages on page 1. So bicycle advantages, we want to create a hyperlink for bicycle advantages, of which we're going to link. Be sure not to take that period. And the right click might not work, so you might have to do a Control C. Control C is copy, remember? I'm gonna hit link there. The text to display, we're going to do bicycle advantages. The address, we're going to go there. Done. This continuous section break on page 2, just before just before affordable housing. Breaks these into different sections. So we're just simply going to put our there on layout. We're going to come up here to breaks and say section break continuous. And we insert that. You say, but it doesn't look like it did anything. It did, kind of. It just is very good at hiding it in places where you can't necessarily see it. But that that section break, that continuous section break, did get inserted. Now we can see that down here in the status bar, I'm at section 5. So if we undo the insertion of the section break, it is no longer there, right? Now I'm in section 4. When I go to layout breaks, insert a continuous section break, now I'm in section 5. So that this section break divides these two things up. It's hard to notice unless you have your show hide on, because as you, it didn't really do anything to the document. It doesn't look like anything changed, but it did insert that continuous section break. So know that those things are hidden unless you have your show hide on, and you're actually seeing it. I didn't notice that it came up here instead of being right here. In the first list, replace the bullets for all the points below bicycle advantages. So we're going to highlight all of these points with the graphic. So we want to change our bullets. We're going to define a new bullet. We're going to do a picture from somewhere on our file. Hopefully we can find so we're going to find that bike rider image. We go insert. Notice how it goes in there. Doesn't tell me to do anything else. So we're just going to hit OK. And there we are. And then to the photo, here's the photo. And we want to apply a picture style, and we want to do the soft edge rectangle. The problem, as we all know, these become, there it is. So hopefully at home they've fixed that problem where the screen tip goes away. That might just be a Pike issue, because that looked like that happened a lot easier. We're going to go ahead and mark that complete. Now that I've done with that whole project, we're going to go ahead and grade that project. It will automatically grade it. If we got something incorrect, it would come back and allow us that opportunity to correct whatever it was that we got incorrect. I do apologize. My computer sometimes gets a little slow. There we go. Keep in mind that down here in your task pane that you can minimize and maximize. So sometimes it opens up and just minimized down below. So our networking file, again, we're going to put in this time instead of the file, we're going to put in just the text from that file. And in case you didn't notice the subtleties, there is a difference between text from file and object, or bringing it in as an object. Typically, if it is a Word document or a text document, you're going to bring in the text from file. So we're going to go down here to the last paragraph. Mind, we can do a control end. That will take us to the end of the document as well. We're going to come over here to insert. And instead of doing just an object, we're going to go from text from file. We find our document here in the wireless networks. And then it goes ahead and puts that text right in, accepting all defaults, which means that we're not changing anything. We're just done. Complete. Next tasks. Modify the whole document. So the top and bottom margins are 1 inch, left and right are 1.2. Notice they're going to give you the quotation mark as an inch. So they'll give you the inch reading as well as the metric reading in centimeters. So we're going to automatically just go to a custom. Our top and bottom, we're going to leave at 1 inch. Our left and right, we want a 1.2. I could have highlighted and done that. I could have also just done whatever. And if you didn't notice, I know that that okay is down here, but I can't see it and I don't scroll. I can move this box up so that I can get to it. You can also change where your bar is docked, or you can undock this whole bar so that you can kind of move this around in a manner that is more convenient for you, or at least allows you to do what you need to do. Mark that complete. Next. Style set. So a style set again is in our design. So it is a little bit different. Themes are over here, right? Style sets, your color themes are here, your fonts are here. A style set is a little bit different than a theme. Your style set is going to be your types of fonts and font or style, character, and paragraph formatting styles from the Home tab. So we are going to look for the basic elegant, like this one. And notice how that does change here the different styles from up here. Okay? So it affects the normal style. Add a box border around the entire document. So again, we're going to go to design, over here to page borders. We want a box border around the entire document. So we're going to apply this to the whole document. We want a solid line, which is that first one. And then we want it to be 1.5 automatic color and 1.5 point width. Okay. That applies that. Insert the JPEG from the GMetrix templates folder to the left of the first paragraph. So we're going to come up here, first paragraph, to the left. So that's where I'm going to put my insertion point. We're going to do insert. We want to insert a picture from file. As soon as the from file pops up, then we're going to go find this networking photo. There's networking. We're going to insert that. Here is some text wrapping. So we do tight, behind, top, bottom. We wanted to do tight. You can also get there from your picture tools format. Over here under wrap text, you can we could also apply that from there. Either way works. Oh, so we're going to grade that project. Woo woo. Continue. All right. Below the heading, our most popular flavors. Your own flavors. Oh, here's our most popular flavors. We've got a list. We want to sort this table. It's in a table. We want to sort it alphabetically from A to Z. If in this practice exam, if you're not sure on how to do something, you're going to click on this help menu, and it will go through the step. So we want to select all of these rows. We're going to go down to table tools, up here, table tools layout. Over here to the sort. Make sure it says column 1. Accept all the defaults. So text, ascending. Ascending is ascending, right? Going up. So A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3. Descending, which would be going down. You descend stairs when you go downstairs. You ascend the stairs when you go up the stairs. So descending would be 3, 4, or 3, 2, 1. We're going to accept those defaults. It puts in an alphabetical order. We can mark that as complete and moving on. If we no longer need the help, we can take that away. Below our key clients here, we're going to convert the text party people ice cream to a list with default bullets. So we first want to select that, and then to convert it, we're simply going to boom, click on default bullets, right? And now that is a list. It is default bulleted. On the cover, so we come up here, we want to draw a text box between the title, ice cream shop, and the graphic. And we're going to put in this text. So I'm going to highlight this text. This time I'm going to go ahead and highlight that ending mark. Control C. And I'll highlight the ending mark because it's bold, I can tell. So then we're going to come up here. There is a cell right there, but that is not, it's a part of a table. That's not what it said. It is telling me to insert a text box. So I'm going to draw a text box between these two things, and then that's where I'm going to put in that text. And I simply made sure that I'm just pasting in the text because I noticed that that text came in boldface. And I just, instead of typing the text, right? Because if I typed it in there, it wouldn't have been boldface. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't bring any formatting over. Ice cream graphic. This looks like an ice cream graphic, right? The ice cream cone. And we're going to come over here to our, we've got picture or table. This is a picture because we want to apply some sort of inner shadow. That may be a picture effect, right? So we come here to shadow. It's an shadow. It's an inner shadow, top left. Inside, I think we're just going to have to go with this top left. One. The graphic on the second page. We are going to then apply an effect. And this is a off-axis 3D rotation. Off-axis right. So again, we've got this picture selected. We're going to come up to picture effects. 3D rotation. It is a parallel effect. Off-axis one right is the effect that we want to apply there. Mark that complete. Since there are no more tasks for this project, we're going to go ahead and grade this project. And fantastic. We got page 2. So you want to be careful not to also grab the picture. See how the picture gets selected? I just want to highlight these words, right? We want to insert a bookmark, or we want to bookmark the heading. So this is the heading. I know it's a heading. It's got a heading to style. And we're going to insert a bookmark. And we're going to call this Moab. Keeping all of the defaults, and I just hit add. Done. Again, it doesn't look like anything happened, but if we come up here to bookmark, then we can see that that bookmark is there. The key word here is going to be simultaneously replace all text climbing with crawling. So I need to come to home. We want to open our find and replace. Make sure we have no options selected here, just in case. Hey, we are going to replace climbing, crawling, and we're going to replace all. Okay, good point. So I'm going to hit no, and I'm going to close this up. I had this Moab still selected from when I applied that bookmark, right? That's why it said it didn't find any. So now if I hit replace all, it's done. It wouldn't make the two replacements. But we definitely want to do replace all, because that's the key, is simultaneous. And you will notice some had 4, 5, 6. I think one has 7 maybe tests. So it's all different numbers. It's not really the quantity of so-called questions or tasks. It's kind of they play into the difficulty. You know, some things are easier, so they might ask you a few more things. So on the bottom of page 2, I know that I'm on page 2 of 2 down here in my status bar. We're going to create a table from the text, mountain locations, all the way through, probably depending on equipment, right? So we want to insert a table, I believe, and we want to convert this text that I have selected to a table. It's going to automatically tell me 2 columns. I'm going to select or take all the defaults and just hit OK. Done. Had to have that selected, right? Come up here to this page 1. The first bulleted list to a solid. So this is our first bulleted list. We're going to come here. Oops. So that's not what I wanted to do. All right. I'm going to come down here and I just want to go to solid bullets to match these. Solid circle. And then we're going to add a cover page. So instinctively, I just want to come up to the very, very top, right? And we're going to insert a cover page, knowing that these pages here, we could make our own cover page, but there are some cover pages that already exist. I don't have to do anything. It went ahead and inserted that cover page because it's a cover page, right? Hopefully, yay. Task 1, create 2 columns using the text fishing's fishing derby, a success. Through local fish enhancement. So then we're going to come over here, layout, columns. And instead of just going to 2, I'm going to go to more columns because I see that I want some other, I've got some other things down there. So now we can click on 2. We can change this width. 2.85. Spacing between at 0.3. Everything else is the default selected sections. Done. Grid table on the second page. So this is a table looking thing, right? And I just have to click in this table to access my table tools. It is a design element, so here's my styles. I want to do more style. I'm going to do more styles. I want the grid table 5 dark accent 5. So grid table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. 3, 5. once you kind of I know it seems like it went there very, very quickly, but once you kind of understand how these, how some of these things are set up, and that's simply just by working through it and noticing it, doing it several times, that I know that this is grid table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I want accent. If that's 1, then we just can kind of come over, right? The same. I'm running close on time, so I might get cut off here in about 1 minute, sadly. Second page. Reads Oregon fishing. So this is what the footnote is going to read. The end note from the last sentence in the first paragraph. Fabulous all year. So I want to come here, and then it's a reference, and we're going to insert footnote, and then that's where I'm going to paste in. And again, I'm going to paste in just my text, and we're using that style 1, 2, 3. On the second, we'll see if I run. Oh, I didn't run out. Thank goodness. Second page below, plan a trip. And this is going to be the graphic. And I want to make sure that I'm just selecting the outside of the graphic and not specifically one of these graphics. Accent 5. Oh, colorful range 526. Went ahead and did it to all of them. That's fantastic. Complete next task. Catch a fish to the last shape. Edit text. Fish. Oops. Exclamation point. Ooh, I got this one wrong. Well, let's retry then, shall we? So I believe it was task 3 that did not work. So on the second page, wonder if it is that. Now let's see if that grades it. Because it's an end note. Oh my goodness. I kept putting it in a footnote. It's an end note. That's my bad. See, moving on. Task 1, display the paragraph marks on the document. Easy peasy, right? We've already talked about that. Display. That gives me my paragraph marks. Now I'm good to go. There could be another version of that, depending on how it says. This displays them on the paragraph, or I mean on the document. You do also have an option over here under options. I'll kind of talk about it. there aren't options to always display. There we go. On display, you can always show these formatting marks on the screen. So we could, depending on how this says, display the paragraph marks on the document, I believe that what they want is what we did, which was the show hide, right? And I'm clearly, that's probably not an issue that you're going to face, but regardless, there is this options over here where you can, on your display, say that you want to always show paragraph marks, and that is going to always then show the paragraph marks. My problem is access to. So now that I've corrected the issue, regardless of whether or not I show hide allows me to see the tabs and the spaces, but even when I turn that off, my paragraph marks are always there. That is because I came over here to do options, and on my display options, I checked this check mark that said paragraph marks. If I uncheck that check mark and hit OK, then it works, and then we're just there. Okay. Oh my goodness. Document properties and personal. Oh, I want to remove all of the document properties and personal information from the flyer. Leave the other hidden. So I want to check for issues. We're going to inspect the document. For selected content. So we're going to uncheck pretty much anything except document properties and personal information. So I'm going to uncheck all of this other. I'm going to take that. I'm going to hit remove all. Inspect. Oops. And the quote, the bottom. This would be the quote, the bottom, and the text box. So we're just going to bloop, just drag it down right in there, right? First page, for list items. First page. These things. So vision. And remember, we hold control. Oops. Bad thing about holding control. If you screw up, you got to start all over again. Vision, reliability, adaptability, family, and we're going to font style. Strong one there. First best, hover over top. I got my width right here. We're going to go 1.8. Grade. Continuing right along to our last document, our last project here. So change the status property to draft. Over here, here's our properties. All right. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause. I know we're on our last project, but I do want to show you how to save your project. You're just going to hit Save Project. Say OK. And then you're going to throw that up to the cloud. Hit OK. And then when you come back, it is on your recent activity. It's also down here under Save Test. Then we can resume that test.